What's up, guys? I'm gonna try to do a not really a challenge video, but this time we got 10 different sour candies that we're gonna try and be ranking them from basically most sour to least sour. Ready for this? The moment when I thought
I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in the cradles, profanities. I see the world through ice covered.
I put them in a rank that I think they're gonna be this like that sour because we did try these ones already. They were not very sour, so these are like on the low rank. And then these are supposed to be the extreme Sour Patch Kids and stuff like that. And then it just gets, they're supposed to get more and more sour from there. So we'll just kind of see how it goes and go from there. And then, I guess they don't even know, but we also got some really good watermelon.
It's super good. I'm trying the sour, super sour double drops. Okay. I'm going to do both together.
I think this one actually might be decently sour because it's the pure liquid. So there's no like sweet candy part of it to like chew on or anything.
How much should I do? Like a spoonful?
Just as much as you dare.
You know, like when your mouth starts to like water.
Get ready for it, yeah. Did you mix the two colors? How's it? Oh, he already made a face. I was originally going to be like, how long can we go without making a face? But I figured we'd make it pretty early.
I mean, like, it tastes good. Like, it's not... Wow, nothing.
It's not, like, super sour, but it's, like... It definitely should be on something. Like, putting that on a lollipop or something.
Would be good.
I'm excited for this one. Toxic nuclear waste. Look at that, you guys.
Yeah, that's sick.
That was not as gooey.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
level 2, I guess. This one.
Kind of a fun fact. Between when I got the $100 from the last challenge and today, I could have turned that $100 into $17,000.
Really? By buying a lottery ticket?
Yeah, no, actually not. If I knew the future, I could have invested in the right company. The company went from $13 up to $2,500.
Whoa!
So if you
wait, like GameStop? Didn't GameStop?
Like
do
it was,
something like that?
super similar to GameStop. Super similar to GameStop. But this this company was like based out of Hong Kong. So here's the math: $100 divided by 13. I could have bought 7 shares. 7 shares at the peak, 7 times 2,500, so 2,500. $17,500.
Whoa.
Crazy.
That's why the stock market is so crazy.
But I don't know the future, so I just spent the $100 on food.
This one was nasty, man. Tell me what you think. This one is gross. It's like pasty. It's like toothpaste texture, but a soury flavor.
But it's not even that sour.
Yeah, it's just gross.
Yeah, no. I'm curious about these. Grape strawberry.
Yeah, let's do those ones.
Raspberry lemon sounds good.
Grape strawberry. You never said what? Do you know the name of the stock?
Yeah. So if you look up the stock, the ticker symbol, it's HKD. HKD. But it's a technology company that's based out of Hong Kong.
Whoa, these ones are sour.
Yeah. Which one did you do?
The same one, the toxic waste.
No. What flavor? What's the flavor?
Oh, they have different ones?
Yeah.
Oh.
You had pineapple passion fruit. I'm doing the raspberry lemon.
Wow. Nuclear fusion, you guys. That one's pretty sour. That's gotta be... I'm gonna guess it's gonna be closer to the middle. Wait, how did you know that stock went up so high?
It was in the news.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't watch the news that often.
It was just like one headline, but it was in the news. Yep. It's coming back down now.
Now would be the perfect time to short it, right?
Yeah, but I think that's part of the reason why it went up so much. Because it's based out of Hong Kong, there's not as much I mean, it's not shorting, but there's not as much like options trading on it. So you can't like buy call options or put option. So put option is like the right to sell. Call option is the right to buy.
Okay.
But.
Are you ready for these ones?
Mm-hmm.
These ones I feel like we're
You
going to
already eat
actually
that one?
enjoy. Yeah, I chewed it up. But I'm thinking these ones will be pretty nice. I like Sour Patch Kids. And these ones just have an extreme sour in front of them, so it's just going to be a little more intense, I'm guessing. Wow. They kind of smell good. These just have an interesting scent to them.
Wow, these are like all stuck together. What do you think?
Dang it. I knew they wouldn't be that sour. They don't seem too bad. Unless it takes a while.
Sour Patch Kids are just delicious though.
Yeah, they're good. Whew. So what do you do for work, Dallen?
I work for a bank. Do mainly just banking stuff. Money transfers. Paperwork. Nothing too crazy.
Has your bank ever been like stolen from or robbed or anything like that?
So I work for a big bank. So yeah.
What? It has?
I mean,
Not like held up at gunpoint, right?
me personally, never. No.
But the bank has?
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
Because we're a national bank.
Oh, so one of the
Yeah,
branches or
somewhere someone has, I'm sure.
something? Dang.
I like these.
Yeah. I mean, more of those. Sweet.
I feel like this one's gonna be bad too.
Yeah, and this one I'm guessing. Oh, it's popping though. Like pop rocks. That'd be interesting.
I'd say it goes like this so far. Least sour to most sour.
Well, these ones gotta be pretty low, right?
Yeah.
That one's not very sour. I'd put them between those two, maybe. So, do you like your job?
Yeah. Pretty good. People I work with are nice.
Is that a weird question to ask? Do you like your job? I mean,
To all of you watching out
I'm
there.
always curious because I've had jobs I don't like and some jobs I do like. I like being pretty blunt too. So,
No, it's good to be direct. I mean, it's like any job. You can have boring days, you can have hard days, but.
Should we do this one?
Up.
Okay. This one looks like it's gonna be one of the more sour ones.
Business call.
Okay. Hold on.
We're doing one of these.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Watermelon. Blue raspberry.
Let's do watermelon.
Watermelon.
That sounds good. Okay. Here we go.
I'm having a hard time getting this out.
It's super gooey. Whoa.
That's
Wow.
Kind of gross.
It's very strong. Ooh.
That hurt my mouth.
Yeah, almost strong.
Ow.
This one's at the top so far.
It hurt my mouth.
Sour.
I would say this one's more on this side too, though. Almost sour. Ouch. But it goes away.
In the middle there's something though too, right?
Or do I?
Ooh, the middle gets all sour again. As a warning, it says, caution, consuming more than one piece at a time may cause irritation to the mouth. Sensitive individuals should not consume this product.
I believe it. I feel like I need to eat watermelon just to make my mouth feel normal again.
Not bad, I guess. I feel like I can handle sour things pretty well. Oh, it comes with a sticker.
Oh, nice. 2 stickers.
The flavor on that, though, is not that great. It makes me want to eat more Sour Patch Kids. These are so good. I could eat these all night, man. So, since the interview I did with you, that was like weeks ago, have you learned anything new about cults here in Utah?
No, not really. I don't think so.
Nice.
What? Okay, there's that new show that came out, right? Under the Banner of Heaven. Have you seen it? It's like about polygamy in Utah, a murder. I haven't seen it, but it's about, like, Andrew Garfield plays this detective, I believe. A detective who's investigating a murder, and it's related to polygamy.
Under the Banner of Heaven?
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah.
But that's literally all I know about it.
Hmm. It takes place here in Utah?
It takes place here in Utah.
Nice. Okay, I'll check that out. Have you seen Keep Sweet, Pray and Obey?
Oh, I've heard of it though.
That one's intense.
I've heard of it.
That one's straight up like down the street, like Warren Jeffs,
No
the
way.
FLDS, all about his stuff. Mm-hmm. That one was crazy.
How accurate is it?
From what I can tell, it's like super accurate because
Really?
they have people that have left and given the producers documents and stuff, like actual like old-fashioned footage from their group and everything.
Wow.
They have a video of their prophet, the leader, like singing at one of the performances at one like a church session or whatever.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm trying one of these.
Ooh. Ready
Crunchy,
to go
sour,
extreme.
gooey. It smells good. Hard outer shell.
Not that bad?
I would have thought they were worse.
Yeah, they sure made it look bad.
I think this one messed up my mouth, if I'm being honest. Nothing else tastes sour. Would you say, if you're walking down the street, would you be able to recognize, like, I don't know, maybe this is a dumb question, but would you be able to recognize another person and be like, I think they might have been also in a cult? Like,
well, from the cult I came from, for sure, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because all you gotta do, I wish I could put a picture of this Paul up here. The leader, and then if they look like him, then they're most likely in it because 90% of the order members are related to him, like very closely.
Oh.
And they all are like, they're all cousins with each other, so everyone kind of looks like
so
each
if you know
other.
if you know what the family looks like, you can be like, hey, that's...
Yeah, and that's super similar with the FLDS too. They're all very similar. There's of course, the outliers, a few families that look different and stuff, but when you were born and raised in it, but yeah, I can definitely spot them out and notice them. For sure.
Even if they're wearing normal clothes, like...
Well, they always kind of wear normal clothes for the most part. Except for sometimes I've literally seen some of the kids that are just like straight from the school, and the order school has a uniform, so they all wear that same thing and stuff.
Yeah, that's easy.
So you can definitely tell in that way. But
do they know who you are? Like, do they look at you and be like, wait a minute?
I think a lot of them could recognize me. I like to think that I've changed enough that they might assume I'm somebody else, But yeah, I think a lot of them know me. For the most part. It's a pretty tight-knit little community. Kind of knows everyone there. But I'm excited to try these ones. I love Pop Rocks. Do you like Pop Rocks?
Oh, yeah.
These should be nice if they're anything like them. But yeah, that's why it's super interesting still being in Utah. A lot of people that leave the cult like to get out of Utah. Because then you don't get noticed by them, and it's not awkward and weird. And like, I literally have a friend that worked at a restaurant here in Utah, right? And he had left the cult, and then they come to the restaurant, and he had to like serve them food and like take them to their table and stuff. Like it's just awkward. That's funny, but they even saw the leader Paul go to one of the restaurants too.
Whoa.
Not the one he was working at, but he happened to be at the restaurant when Paul was there too. It was kind of funny.
Like, what is Paul like as a person?
I don't know. I've shaken his hand probably like 2 or 3 times. And very rarely. I probably had like one conversation that was more than just being like, hi and what's up. But I don't know, like on the surface he looks like a pretty normal dude.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of people see him and don't think he's a leader at all.
Is he out and about often? Like, what are the odds that I run into him somewhere?
Pretty rare because between a lot of order members, when I did the interview with the insider, he was bragging about how the leader of the order, Paul, is busier than the president of the United States. Supposedly, that's what they say. I don't think it's true, but he's got 27 wives, over 300 kids. He's the leader of the cult. There's 10,000 members, so he's constantly having meetings, probably preparing for church meetings, dealing with all of his kids getting in trouble.
He's getting a lot of trouble.
The main times I would see my dad was when I was in trouble and my dad had to give me a talking to. That was when I would see my dad the most often. And a lot, from what I hear from a lot of Paul's kids, it's similar. They only see him when they're in trouble, and that's if that. Like, they rarely see their dad. There was one of them I was talking to that's like, he saw his dad less than once a month throughout the year. So basically seeing him once a month.
12 times a year.
Mm-hmm. If that, you know, less than that.
Wow.
It's so crazy. But, oh, I mean, I guess you got 300 kids. That'd be so hard.
No.
Well, woo!
Man. Like, any number of kids would be hard, let alone 300.
I know.
That's crazy.
Because a normal family would have like 5 kids and 2 parents.
Wait, 27 wives and 300 kids.
Mm-hmm. At least 300. Like, probably more. But
So that's over
now
10,
it's about
that's
300.
that's over 10 kids a wife.
Yeah. No, in the order, it's like the average mother has probably 10 kids. I think that's average. In the order, they have so many kids, each family.
I feel like you told me that, but that still just blows me away.
There's a girl in the order that has 20 kids, all from herself. One girl. That's pretty crazy.
How old is she?
That's a good question. I don't know. Not sure.
Like, that's... Twins? Does she have any twins?
This one in particular does not.
What?
Yeah. There's a lot that I know that have had like 3 sets of twins. Twins are actually really common in the order. I don't know exactly why. But I think it's something to do with genes and genetics. Twins are more common in their genes, I guess. But I like these. They're just popping up in my mouth.
Yeah, they're not very sour at all.
Mm-hmm. Man. Okay, I like to... This is kind of like a joke. I never know how to balance talking about like the sad parts of Colts to the funny parts. But this one's supposed to be a joke, okay? So don't get offended anybody. But anyways, it's also a little bit of a trick question. But out of all the Colts that you know of, which probably isn't a ton, but which one is your favorite? If you had, let's say you had to join a Colt, which one would you join?
I like a cult being like a polygamous group, or a cult being
no, just a cult. That's why it's such a loose term. Everyone everyone kind of uses the word cult differently.
That's true.
And so there's not really like the punchline of this joke for it to be funny. Then you have to use it loosely.
Join a cult. Which one would I join?
Some people might get offended at this because like I'm not encouraging people to join cults or anything, but I heard the other day someone was saying like, man, I think my favorite cult is Costco.
What?
Or like Sam's Club.
What?
I guess you have to, get a membership or be a member of it or something.
Yeah, that's true.
And like they literally have someone stand at the door and be like, "Oh, you can't come in unless you're a member." It's like, that does sound a little
reward
like
loyalship.
Exactly.
Loyalty, I mean.
Yeah. If you try hard enough, you can like make anything look like a cult. I feel.
That's funny.
Yeah, I'd be okay with joining that cult. They give you good deals, At least you get something out of joining that cult.
Or like who are the people that have like the
Mafia?
the best lounge in like the airport, and like the free flying?
Oh, like VIP seating or whatever? First class. I don't know what that's called, but
they have those like luxury lounge where they can go and they get free drinks and.
Really? I didn't know about that.
Yeah, I want to say, I don't know what it is.
How did you know? They just peeked
I've seen them.
or something?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not that fancy, that's for sure. It's a great time.
Yeah, those are the best.
It's like, this whole thing is like, I'm just glad it showed me these. Man, I can eat these the whole time. Were these ones any good?
No, I like not very sour.
I think that's one thing I learned from this challenge, you guys. Most candies that say they're sour are not that sour. Like, you gotta go pretty extreme, I guess. Or maybe we've just had lots of sour candies.
Yeah, maybe it's just a matter of what you've eaten before.
But I think these are my favorite. Because I love Pop Rocks. Well, sorry. The Sour Patch Kids are my favorite. These are a good second, though. These ones are nice. Is that all of them? All 10 of them?
Yeah, I think we tried them all.
Dang.
That was quick.
Yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Takes 2 of these. I'm just going to put sour goo on top of them and see if it makes it more extreme. So 2 Sour Patch Kids, or 1, I guess. It's not a big deal. And I guess if you make a mess, it's whatever. Whew. I just want to see if we make anything more sour. Because these weren't too bad. A couple of the candies were pretty sour. Ooh.
Yeah.
That gives it a kick.
Mm-hmm. Definitely did. Does the leader tell the members who to vote for?
So
like,
he
do they
doesn't
all
come
vote-
out
do
and
they all
say
vote
like
that-
everyone vote for this person, but they will like talk about how this party will help us in these ways. I remember them specifically talking about how there was one leader that they wanted to vote for because they were going to pass this law that like gives everyone like makes it way more lenient for people to get free health care, like free government assistance and stuff like that.
They want government intervention in certain things, but not in others.
Yep.
So,
Interesting.
would they ever run for political office?
Oh yeah, they pretty much consider their leader the president already. You know, like
Oh, really?
there's the U.S. president that they just have to follow and abide by their laws. But then there's the prophet of God that is way above the U.S. president. You know, does their own thing like above the law for sure. You know.
But like, would they ever run for like mayor of their town?
Yeah,
do?
I'm sure they think that Paul should be the mayor and like should be the president. You know, like. He should be able to control everything. He's God's prophet here on earth. Like, no one can stand in his way. So it's like, I don't know if he would actually run, you know, because then he'd have to be more transparent and open about who he is, and then people might search into his life, and I think that would be a huge mess. So I don't think they'll ever get into politics or like get very far in that. But I mean, they think that he should be in charge of everything.
That's interesting.
In fact, they think the order, the Kingston Polygamous Group, is going to grow so big, take over all of Utah, and eventually spread across the whole U.S. and eventually to the whole world, you know? I think it's going to get everyone. But that's not going to happen, though. Because there's only 10,000 of them, and it's like literally getting harder and harder for cults to get away with what they're doing. There's way more ways to like report what they're doing wrong. There's a lot more people that want to
So like the
leave.
government is regulating in essence how cults run.
Exactly. Well, they're just getting caught a lot more. Just like the FLDS. Warren Jeffs is in jail for 2 life sentences because he got caught marrying and sleeping with like a 13-year-old girl or something, and like multiple things. Like they found out about more of his other wives and just crazy things he was doing. But yeah, they were able to find that out, and like there's a lot more evidence nowadays because there's ways to record things. Like they can't get away with as many lies, and so yeah, I think the order's gonna have a really hard time thriving when they don't want to be transparent, but we're becoming in a world that is more and more transparent, and it's easier and easier to get everything out there. So
that is true.
Which I think they are preparing for it, because when I asked for a representative, they were like, we want to, you know, have social media for our church, you know, for our religion. We want to get out there and like be more transparent, but we're not ready for it yet.
Oh, interesting. So they're looking at it. They just haven't figured it out yet.
Yeah, they haven't figured out how to hide all the things first. They gotta be able to find a way to shove it all under a rug, and then they can become transparent. But I don't know. It's just interesting approach how they're taking it, but it is what it is, I guess. I will say though, it would be so cool to get an actual representative. Even like, I know this would probably be impossible, but to get Paul himself to like come on to one of these videos and like just be able to ask him questions, because like, what is he thinking? What's going through his mind? How is he, first of all, balancing everything in his own life, and then leading all these people and actually, you know, like trying to be like act as like the prophet of God on the earth today, you know? How does
what does that look like on a day-to-day?
Actually happening.
Yeah, what does that look like?
That's so interesting to me.
That is.
And I wonder if he feels like his followers are, because, you know, like I said, I've had less conversations with him than I had with his kids, with like different family members that talk about him to me. And so it's like a lot of the followers that are in the order are like, he's a prophet of God, we have to do what he says and stuff like that. But I wonder if he himself is like, oh, I'm so high and mighty, you know, or whatever. Which, I mean, I would think that he does, because he's got all these wives, he's got everyone that does whatever he says and stuff, but it's like...
Does he have, like, a scheduling assistant?
Oh, yeah. He's got assistants, he's got people that, like, schedule his meetings.
Maybe you could interview one of them. Just be like, hey, like, what is... on a day-to-day, don't have to give me specifics, but what does it look like? How much time is he doing different things?
And the representative that is the spokesperson for the order is his brother. So like knows him very close, and like I've been able to talk to this person, but when I asked them the questions that I was going to ask in the interview and stuff, they were like, we don't want to do the interview. I was like, I should have got the interview first and then went into the questions.
Yeah.
I mean, that probably would have ended bad too, because then he would just
maybe get angry or something. Or I don't know. It's hard when when you catch people off guard with a question too. But
yeah, but that's what I think is perfect in this situation, because to me, transparency is not having to hide anything, not having to, script everything that you're going to say and stuff like that. You got to be able to be open and honest and just say how it really is. So, being able to just pop questions like that and see how they answer it, how their own representative, a numbered man in the group, someone that they actually trust with their information and representing them correctly, how would he answer? What would he say?
Numbered man means?
Like an apostle, basically, one of their high leader people there. Speaking of cults and like how in cults they manipulate and stuff like that, do you feel like because we're talking about Elvis and like his group and stuff?
Oh yeah.
There was a lot of manipulation in his. What do you know about Elvis and like his story and stuff like that?
So I saw the movie, the Elvis movie, and that's where I got all my information. Is one-time watch of the Elvis movie.
So hopefully it's accurate.
So hopefully I'm sure parts that I saw, there were some creative liberties taken, and my memory's not photographic or anything, so I probably remember things wrong as well. So forgive me if I say things that are inaccurate. From what I remember, I can't even remember the guy's name, but they called him the Snowman. His manager.
They called Elvis's manager the Snowman?
Snowman, yep. Yeah, and Elvis would always be like, when Elvis's manager came up with an idea, Elvis would say, the Snowman strikes again. It was kind of a sad movie. Yeah. Because Elvis was a real person, so you kind of know he's dead. So no spoilers there, I hope. But the second half of his life was sad. His mother passed away. From what I saw, it gave the impression that it was alcoholism.
Oh, really? For his mom?
For his mom, yeah. Oh. Yeah. That's kind of the impression they gave. And it was during the time when Elvis was in the military. When
Elvis was in the military?
Yeah, Elvis was in the military.
When he was younger or something?
When he was younger, yep.
Huh.
Yep. Because lots of people thought he was a bad influence on society. Like his music, because his music was very much the most
like rebellious.
Rebellious, maybe? Yeah, the most rebellious of its time. So his manager thought it would be a good idea for him to go in the military to show that he's very much like pro, like moral standards, I guess. Like, I can live by the rules that are set for me. And so his mom passes away while he's giving service. He is able to come back and be there for the funeral, I believe, because that shows some of that. And it's kind of in that moment when his manager steps up a little bit in his life and says, I'll take that role, I'll be there for you, I'll help you.
Okay. So he was really close with his manager. So it's probably all the more like horrifying when his manager started to manipulate him and stuff, right? That's rough. Take his money.
The part that I think when it really got intense was his manager. He received like a big contract at the International Hotel, I believe it was called, like a huge hotel in Vegas.
Oh.
And the International Hotel said to the manager, "Hey, if you can bring Elvis here every year, or keep Elvis here for 5 years or something like that, we will pay off all your debts for you," because the manager had a lot of debts. "And we'll also pay Elvis $1 million a year," or something like that, which was crazy for the time. And so, but Elvis didn't know that his manager made this contract. So his manager was trying to do all these things to keep him at the hotel, to keep performing there. And so this is something that I didn't know, but apparently Elvis never performed internationally. Like, he only ever performed in the United States. He never went internationally. There was
Did they say why?
Because his manager wouldn't let him.
Okay.
It sounded like his manager didn't like have a citizenship So he didn't have a visa or a passport, so he couldn't travel.
Oh, he couldn't leave the country.
Yeah, his
then.
manager couldn't leave the country.
Oh.
That's my understanding.
That's odd. I also heard that Elvis's manager literally only cared about money for the most part. That he would even sell like market stuff towards haters of Elvis.
Yes.
Like I hate Elvis stickers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just so he could still make money off.
Still
of
make
the
money
haters.
on both sides, right? Both sides. There's actually a part about that when they're in Elvis's house with his parents, and they're looking at all the different merchandise, and his mom picks up an "I hate Elvis" like pin. And she's like, I hate Elvis? He's like, what is this? Like, what? And then the snowman, the manager, he's like, people are going to hate Elvis whether or not we can't do anything to stop them from hating Elvis. Mm-hmm. But we can make money off of it. And Elvis was like, that's smart.
Dang.
At least that's the impression they gave. So he just went with it. He also bought his mom a pink Cadillac.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. He got into, like...
Oh, what about the performance when he was, like, having an issue or, like...
Oh, yeah. When he couldn't perform. He was walking up on stage and had some kind of medical emergency where he collapsed and he just did not look like he was in a good way. But his manager was really, really pressuring, saying that he needed to get on stage and perform. Mm-hmm. And so his dad gave the approval for the doctor to give him some kind of medication. I don't know what it was. That made it so Elvis was like, oh, alright, I can go perform. From being collapsed on the ground, like not able to move, and they're sticking his head in a bucket of ice. I don't know why, but that was part of the show. And then he gets up and goes and performs. Should interview a Mafia member.
Dude, if I could, I would. That would be so intense. Like, but like, far as I hear, it's like, I understand that it's somewhat more like money involved, like to get into it, or like to even like have them like consider you, or like to try to join. You have to be like really well off financially and stuff like that. In a Mafia? Yeah. Mm-hmm. They're all about like kind of like having control, like controlling not only the government and like the people and stuff like that, but they just want to have ultimate, I guess, power and control. And so money is a huge part of that.
Big part of that, for sure.
Freemasonry.
Oh, Freemasons.
Yeah,
yeah,
that one.
Masons.
That one's definitely an interesting one.
That one's everywhere. I feel like all over the place.
Yeah. Mhm. That one would be wild.
There's like
peek into.
I feel like you can join it though. Like they're.
Yeah, I feel like that one's would be easier.
Easier to join. You wouldn't have to kill anybody.
Maybe, you don't know.
Yeah, I don't really know anything about them, so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I hear people joke about it all the time and like tell different stories, but that would be interesting to like dive deep into that, figure out more. If I ever met someone from it, man, I would want to sit them down and just talk. That would be crazy. Would you ever join the Mafia?
No, I don't think so.
There's quite a pause there. But
I had to think about it.
I like asking people that.
Was there any circumstance? Like, I don't think there. I cannot think of a circumstance in which I would join the Mafia.
Nice.
I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids scream.